Well, good morning. It is Monday, July 27th, 2026. No Comic-Con today. I am back at home. I've got my lovely cup of coffee, and I am ready to just kind of have a day to myself. I took it off from work, so no, no programming, coding for me today. It's going to be cleaning, and I think I got to do some grocery shopping. And I have to write new game releases, although I'm just going to do kind of like an abridged version of it where I don't really give any details or context. It's just going to be a list of games that are coming out, so at least I will be able to have that kind of out of the way. I also am hoping to finish God Emperor of Dune today. That book, I have probably about 100 pages left. Got to read quite a bit at Comic-Con while I was waiting for panels to start in the morning on Friday and Saturday. So yeah, I read that one in record time. I remember the first Dune took me like almost 3 months to read. I would be done with God Emperor in like a week and a half, something like that. So anyways, cheers. Good morning. Ooh, it's good coffee. So what exactly is today's video going to be about? Well, it is a post-Comic-Con episode. What do I call these episodes? Vlog, a post-Comic-Con vlog. I did promise that I would go over and show off the things that I purchased at the convention. So I'm going to do that, and from there, I don't know. Maybe I don't know what else I'm going to film. I have some ideas, but I don't know if they're going to come to fruition. I probably didn't even need to say that in this video, because now if I don't do the idea, you're gonna be like, well, what was the idea? So anyway, let's just go look at what I got, huh? All right, let's go over the haul, shall we? Starting things off, a lot of people go to Comic-Con thinking that they're gonna get free stuff. Like, that's kind of been the thing. I remember the first times I went to Comic-Con in the early 2000s, we would come home with these huge bags full of all the free crap you got at every booth, right? You got, a lot of it was just like flyers and things like that promoting whatever it is they're selling. Sometimes you get something cool. Like I remember, I think it was the Tim Burton Planet of the Apes movie, or something around that time. So they were giving out these like masks, like paper masks of the ape characters. So that was kind of neat. There's been other cool things I've gotten in the past. One of my most favorite freebies from Comic-Con was when Harold and Kumar escaped from Guantanamo Bay, or go to Guantanamo Bay, whatever it's called. That movie was coming out, and they did a big promotion for it on the floor. And they had, if you've seen that movie, there's a scene where they ride a unicorn with Neil Patrick Harris. It's a weird movie. And so they had like a unicorn like statue prop set up in a booth, and you get to sit on that, and they took your picture and put it on a button for you. I have that somewhere. Maybe one day I'll find it and show it to you. But anyway, the number of free things you get at Comic-Con now has like drastically been reduced. You hardly get anything for free anymore, and if you do, it really is just kind of like postcards and things like that. So let's start off from Shout Factory. I bought some stuff there, and they gave me like a ridiculous amount of like postcards here, showing off their various releases. I mean, these are kind of neat just from like an art standpoint. Just be like, hey, look, I've got art for Don to Don, right? Like it's kind of neat. It's cute. It's fun, but that's kind of the gist of what you get for free at Comic-Con now. Of course, one of the easiest free things to give out is buttons. So I've got this Riff Tracks, or Mr. Science Theater Riff Tracks Experiment button, and DC every year. They must have like 20 million of these buttons, because I get one every single year. Sometimes I get multiple. This year I actually only got one. Isn't that crazy? So anyway, I have probably about 20 DC buttons now, so that's fun. Animation Magazine. You can always count on them to give you a free issue if you're walking around the convention floor. This one is celebrating 400 episodes of American Dad. One of my favorite shows of all time. Love American Dad. I like it better than Family Guy. I will die on that hill. American Dad, the superior Seth MacFarlane show. DC also giving out issues of this Mad magazine, like comic book parody thing. Yeah, it's I haven't read it yet, but they were giving this out on the show floor. DC, they are still one of the few major companies that gets the like free promo game. Like they're like, come get free stuff from us. It's fine. We'll spend money to make you feel good at Comic-Con. So shouts out to DC for doing that. Thank you so much. When you go to a panel, sometimes you get free things just for attending the panel. They give you these little coupons and you go take it to a different room. So that's where I got this issue of Terminal. This is Robert Kirkman comic book. I went to his panel because it was before a Lego panel that we wanted to see. But good for us because we got this free comic signed by Robert Kirkman himself. So that's neat. The panel, what do they call it? The panel premiums room. It's like way off site. It's almost like a mile away practically from the convention center, half a mile maybe. And it takes forever to walk there, and especially when it's hot outside, it kind of sucks. There are some free things that I just didn't get because I did not want to walk over there. So, oh well. But I knew when I found out it was a free comic book signed by Robert Kirkman, I was like, I gotta go get this. And also, while I was in the panel premiums room, I got this free t-shirt. I didn't donate any blood, but it was right next to the place where they were donating blood, and maybe they just had too many shirts. I don't know, but I got a free shirt, so hooray for me. Also, I went to a Jack Kirby panel where they were discussing, his work and all that. And I forget what was coming on after that, but I showed up early, to see that. And for going to that panel, they were handing out these free Fantastic Four comic books. So Doctor Doom, obviously very big right now because of the Doomsday Avengers movie coming out. So that's that. And the last free thing I got from the 2000 AD booth, I got this beautiful tote bag that I will be using to get my groceries in. Shouts out to the people at 2000 AD. I know a few people who worked that booth. It was really great seeing some friends there. Just you see people at Comic-Con all the time, and it's always a treat when a friend is there to talk to, because sometimes you just need an oasis from all the hustle and bustle of the convention to go and say hi to somebody. So anyway, that was all the free stuff I got. Let's see what I actually spent money on. Now, some of these things I'm going to show off, I've already kind of shown in a previous video, and so I apologize if you see doubles on these things, but I figured if you didn't watch, my video from preview night, I don't want you to have to go back and see that to see everything, so I'm just going to kind of do it all in one big lump here, so bear with me on that. Okay, so one of the great things about Comic-Con is that you can get exposed to new artists, and one guy who I met last year, he made some spectacular prints of Rush songs. His goal is to kind of turn every Rush song into a print poster. So I picked up 2 last year, and then this year I picked up this one for a song from the Snakes and Arrows album. We were talking about what Rush concerts we've ever been to. I told him I had only ever been to one Rush concert, unfortunately, in their whole history, and it was for the Snakes and Arrows tour. So as I was flipping through his prints, I found this one, and I was like, well, this is a perfect, this is the calling from the universe. I need to have this print. So I now have this lovely Snakes and Arrows print for the song Armor and Sword. Looks like Medusa here and all that. So Rush, they've got some interesting topics for songs, so I'm not surprised they have a song about Medusa, and the lyrics are all down here. Just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. He says there's a Rush convention happening in Toronto later this year. He's like, you should go. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, maybe. I don't think I'm gonna get out to Toronto, but if you are going to the Rush convention, say hi to this artist for me. I'm such an a-hole, I do not remember his name, but I will put it on the screen right now. Okay, and then on the back of this, I put this other print in here from this woman who calls herself, calls her work Tragic Girls. You can find her on Instagram. Go look up Tragic Girls on Instagram. Her stuff is fantastic. She had a whole bunch of prints there. She had, I think you might have seen it in the videos if you go back. It's the one with the chainsaw tits. Really funny stuff. Loved her work. Loved this style. It's incredible. But the one I picked up was this one where the girl is saying, everything sucks. I need more trinkets. And of course, she's holding all of her little trinkets here. And that is my life in a nutshell. Everything sucks. I need more little tchotchkes to make me feel better about life. So these are both going to get framed and put up on a wall somewhere in my house. And I will be happier for it. If there's one thing that us nerds like to do, it's to wear a t-shirt that shows off something about our personality, right? Like, I'm wearing a Kirby t-shirt today, Japanese characters. I love video games. I love things from Japan. So, of course, this t-shirt is telling people that that's how I express myself, right? That's how we nerds kind of express our love of things, what's on our t-shirts, right? So, of course, Comic-Con is not immune to the amount of shirts. In fact, there is a huge, giant booth there. I think it's called Stylin'. And they have a billion, like, nerdy t-shirts. Like, whatever fandom you are into, they've got a shirt. Now, I have a lot of t-shirts. I've collected t-shirts for 20 years now, 25 years. And I've got enough. I don't really need more t-shirts. So I don't really go ape on buying new shirts at Comic-Con. But there was one booth that had clothing that I could not resist. Now, on Wednesday night, I talked about how there was a Blink-182 Pac-Man collaboration booth. And they were supposed to have an exclusive vinyl there for you to buy. Well, the vinyl never showed up. So they let you, if you were at the convention center, like if you turned on your GPS on your phone, you were allowed to pre-order this vinyl, and it will be shipped to you God knows when. I'm going to get that maybe this year. Who knows? But since I was in line, I was like, well, I can't walk away empty-handed. So I did get some clothing there. I ended up getting these, and 7-Eleven was also part of the collaboration. So it was Blink-182, Pac-Man, 7-Eleven. So I got these 7-Eleven branded socks. They got the Blink-182 logo on here. I don't know if it has Blink-182 on the socks. Let's take a look. I didn't even open these. I didn't even know what they look like other than they have a 7-Eleven stripe. So let's see. Okay, they do have the Blink-182 logo on there, on the foot. Right there. Come on. Let me show it off. Cool. Neat. And this one has the 7-Eleven logo on it. So 7-Eleven and Blink-182. Cool. Neat. My life is now complete. Thank you. And I did get a shirt there. It was an exclusive shirt you could only get at Comic-Con. So look at that. Blink-182, Pac-Man, and 7-Eleven. The collaboration of the century. Now everyone's going to know that I like video games and Blink-182 and 7-Eleven. And I will get, I'm sure I will get people saying, like, cool shirt to me when I wear this. If you are a long-time viewer of this channel, these daily vlogs, then you will know that I love physical media. I am constantly looking for and buying used DVDs, books, vinyl records, tapes, everything. Anything physical, I want to have it. I need to surround myself with this physical content because the internet could just die one day and I will not have access to, Pee-wee's Playhouse on, to watch, because I might watch that again one day. Anyway, because of that, I did, of course, pick up some physical media at the convention. This is Mega 64's seasonal menu Blu-ray. Last year, 2025, they did a sort of short residency at a theater in Los Angeles where they did 3 shows celebrating the holidays in the last kind of quarter of the year. So they did a Halloween show, a Thanksgiving show, and a Christmas show, all live. I went to the Christmas one. It was hilarious. And so this Blu-ray here is those shows on video for you. And they put it on a Blu-ray. Now I can watch this whenever I want. I can finally see the Halloween and Thanksgiving shows, which I did not get to see. So yeah, shouts out to Mega 64. They're great. I wouldn't say I'm like good friends with all of them, but we see each other enough at conventions and other events that we have become friendly. So I am very grateful for the years of laughter and entertainment that they've given me, and I look forward to years more of that with them. All right, I mentioned that I went to the Shout Factory booth earlier, and I got all those free postcards. So what I picked up at Shout Factory was a copy of Kubo and the Two Strings. This is a stop motion animated feature from Leica. They did Coraline and Paranorman, and they've got a new one coming out. I forget what it's called, but it looks really good. Anyways, a buddy of mine, Dan, who you saw him in some of my Comic-Con videos, he loves this movie and says it's maybe one of the best animated films of all time. So I was like, well, I guess I got to check out Kubo and the Two Strings. So we got it in 4K Steelbook. It looks incredible. Cannot wait to watch this. And also from Shout Factory, I picked up, they had these Mystery Science Theater 3000 mystery bags. You bought this, you know, there were different tiers. There was like a small, medium, and large tier. I bought the small one because it was, I was like, I don't know what's in there. It could just be junk. So anyways, I got that, and came with some cool things here. We've got this notebook with Tom Servo and Crow on there. It came with a DVD of a Mystery Science Theater 3000 episode. These are all like kind of like short films that they riffed on. And then it just, we've got this little art print here and a issue of their comic book. I'm not sure when this came out, but it's promoting, oh, well, it's promoting Hellboy in 2019. So it must be at least from the last decade. Yeah. Well, one thing, let me go over Shout Factory with you real quick. So, as we all know, AI, generative AI, is just taking over, right? Everything has some kind of AI thing with it. You could probably take this video and do an AI remix of it right now and, you know, turn me into like Charlie Brown or something stupid, right? It's here. There's not much we can do about it, unfortunately, except to try to ignore it if we can. So at the Shout Factory booth, when I was buying all this stuff, the woman ringing me up was like, "Hey, when you're done, we've got a AI photo booth over here, and it can take your picture and put you into any movie scene that you like." Well, they had like a library of film scenes that you go on. We even had one for Kubo and the Two Strings, so you and your daughter can put yourself into Kubo and the Two Strings. Isn't that fun? And I had no reply to it. Didn't even give her a scoff. It was just stone face. Just didn't even acknowledge that it was a thing that I could do, because fuck AI. Sorry. It's fuck AI. I'm not doing it. No, thank you. You know, if I want to use that for my work to do coding a little faster, okay, that's fine. That's a menial task that I can get AI to do much quicker. But I'm not going to use AI to create a piece of art. That can go straight to hell. Fuck off with that shit. No thank you. No thank you. So anyway, I thought that was very weird. And there were booths at Comic-Con that used AI art, and people were rightly upset about it. So that's a whole other thing, whole other topic. Can't get into that too deep right now, but just know that AI is unfortunately infiltrating your favorite conventions. So be vigilant and keep an eye out for that kind of stuff. And if you see it, I would recommend to soundly reject it. That said, let's move on to some other stuff I got. Last piece of physical media, I went to the Limited Run Games booth. As we all know, physical media is dying out in video games. Sony's announced that they're no longer going to be making discs starting in 2028. So get your physical now while you can, because you will not be able to in the next few years, I would imagine. So I picked up the Gex trilogy. This is the old Gex games from the 90s. Very excited to have this. And not the greatest game in the world, admittedly, but this Jaws NES reprint, redo, whatever you want to call it, is just too ridiculous to not own. And it says it's a Comic-Con exclusive. So I lucked out on that. It's supposed to look like the old NES box from LJN. Anyways, yeah, this game is not good, but the collector in me was like, well, I've got to have this. It's too ridiculous to not own. So I got it. Now, one of my favorite things to get at the convention every year is figures, little figurines, trinkets, things like that. Obviously, I had that poster that said, "I'm sad, I need trinkets." The figure game this year at Comic-Con, not strong. I don't know what it was, but exclusive figures this year at Comic-Con were some of the worst I've seen in years. Just was not interested in any of them. So yeah, I didn't go empty-handed, of course. Come on, there's figures there. It doesn't need to be exclusive for me to buy it. If it's cool, I'm gonna buy it because it's right there. It's right in front of me. So I did pick up a few things from the NECA booth. I got this Ben Cooper mummy child's costume character. Ben Cooper does a lot of these for NECA. In fact, I have some over here off camera for Garfield, Planet of the Apes, and Alf. They make a ton of these. They are kind of, I don't want to say they're Funko Pop levels of like oversaturation, but they do make a lot of these. But when I saw this one here at Comic-Con, I knew I wanted to pick it up. This is an exclusive. I believe it's a convention exclusive, so you might be able to get it other places. But this glows in the dark. In fact, I think the packaging glows in the dark. So I normally don't keep my figures in the package, but this package is just interesting enough that I might need to, just to like see the glow in the dark features of the box. So that's very cool to have. Love the Ben Cooper stuff. They usually sell them at Target, so if you want to pick some up, you can probably go. There's probably 30 at Target right now. Go check these out. They're very cool. Tamashii Nations. They are my favorite booth to pick up stuff, and all of their exclusives were awful. There was 3 Dragon Ball characters that I already either have or like just weren't interesting looking, and a Naruto figure. I think it was Naruto. Either way, none of them did anything for me. So I did end up getting some stuff though. This one was a convention exclusive. It is the Robert Pattinson Batman. I haven't taken this out of the box yet, but I will, and it will go on a shelf where I can stare at it and smile. And then I also got this Yoshi figure. I already have Mario and Luigi, so of course I had to pick up Yoshi to complete that collection of characters. So hooray for that. What else we got here? Yes, Fig Pin. They are a great company. They make these excellent figure-sized pins. They're very cool. I don't take these out of the box either. I don't think there's any reason to. This is the nice little display. This one was a Comic-Con exclusive. They only made 750, so I got one of the 750s. That is, there's a glare, I'm so sorry. That is Frieza. I forget what form this is, but I believe this is the one. Well, he's got the halo, so obviously he died. So this is the Frieza who came back. I believe this is from Dragon Ball Super, which yes, I'm now confirming because that's the logo right here, Dragon Ball Super logo. So Frieza, very cool. That's a little trinket to add to my collection. Another little trinket I got was this Cookie Monster figurine from Rocky Moto. Rocky Moto is a company where they sell all their figures in what looks like a instant ramen cup. I threw the cups away. I don't need it. But in fact, I think I did a video where I opened the cup and showed him off. So if you've seen this, if you watch that video, you've already seen this guy. This is the rare like chase variant Cookie Monster. So I lucked out on that. Would I have preferred one that is painted properly and looks like Cookie Monster? I think so. But just for the clout of having a rare version, I guess this is cool. So neat on that. And also it came with a little patch as well. I believe this is like an iron-on patch, so pretty neat. What else? Oh, speaking of pins, I got this Peanuts pin. That is Linus and Sally. They're both, looks like Linus is on a skateboard, Sally is on roller skates. Yeah, they're just out cruising, having a good time. You know, he says he doesn't love her, but I think we all know that Linus loves Sally. Come on. What else we got? Oh, so I forget the name of the booth. I forget which booth it was, but I saw that somebody had a Fallout figurine statue of the Nuka-Cola girl. I was like, hey, it's only $17. I was looking it up online. It's only $17. I gotta go check this thing out. So I went over to the booth, went to get it, and I was like, oh, a $17 statue, that's gonna be awesome. Like everything here is like $30-40 for these things, right? $17, that's not bad. And I got it, went there, looked at it, saw it. and that's how big it is. I think it's 3 inches tall. It's cool. I still bought it. You know, I like Fallout. I like the Nuka-Cola girl. It's $17 is a good price, but that's tiny. Anyway, you don't see a lot of Fallout merch, and I wanted to get it, so I got it. Sue me. It's a trinket. I was sad. And I think, oh, one more. I also showed this off on Wednesday's video, but I'll show it off again. The Eye of Sauron Tower from U2's. Yeah, U2's. This was also fairly inexpensive, but I think it's because this is hollow. It's almost like it's a vinyl toy, almost like a squishy kid's toy, but it's hefty enough. You can't squeeze this. It doesn't, you know, it's solid, but it is not like a full, like, full 3D kind of a thing. It is hollow on the inside, so it's got some, you know, it's light and bouncy, but very cool. I like it a lot. I don't care that it's hollow. It looks fantastic. It's beautiful. I love Lord of the Rings, and I'm very happy to have this in my figure collection. Whew, we talked a lot about figures. Let's move on to the next thing. Another big thing at Comic-Con is you can find old trading cards, right, from movies and things like that. Not a lot of sports cards, mostly, non-sports cards, because believe it or not, sports is not a big thing at Comic-Con. Go figure that the nerds, we don't like, sports as much as the normie does. I love sports. But anyway, neither here nor there. A few days ago, last week I believe, I bought some right here, Hunchback of Notre Dame trading cards, and I saw a booth that was selling some more, so I was like, hey, let me pick up a few packs. So I already opened one pack. Here's the cards I got from it. I will add those to the collection and see, you know, how close we are to getting the full set. And then I got 2 more packs here. Yay for me. And then at Limited Run, for buying a game there, they also gave me a pack of their cards. I don't know what's on these. I don't really care. But it was nice to get a free thing. I should have shown that in the free stuff portion of this video. Dang it, I messed up. Of course, I couldn't go to Comic-Con and not pick up some comic books. So here is the few of the things, or this is everything I got. It's not a ton, because, believe it or not, there's not a lot of comics at Comic-Con. Wild, I know. But I did stop by, it wasn't Artist Alley, but there was like a small press pavilion where these people are selling off their comics. I did see this one called Red Skirts. I am kind of on a Star Trek kick right now because of Strange New Worlds. I've been watching Strange New Worlds, which is a great show, by the way. If you've never seen it, go check out Strange New Worlds. It's great. So this guy had a kind of a Star Trek parody comic called Red Skirts about a crew of all female Starfleet people. It's not officially Star Trek, so they're not Starfleet, but it's Star Trek. Come on. This is the 3-issue set. So yeah, hopefully it's good, because I bought it with no prior knowledge, just cover alone. During the convention on Sunday, I wanted to go to a Stephen King panel where they talked about collecting Stephen King books. Before that, I sat through a panel with Mark Waid, who is a very famous comic book writer. And as he was talking, I realized, like, well, I don't really know what Mark Waid has worked on. I don't know anything about his body of work. I probably have read some Mark Waid comics, but I couldn't tell you if I did or not. And so I think other people in that room were also kind of unaware of what he worked on. So somebody said, hey, what's like the one thing that made you big? Like, what's the biggest thing you've done, and and all that? Give me some recommendations. And so he said, well, the greatest thing I probably worked on, and the one that put me on the map, was this series from the 90s called Kingdom Come. And so I will be reading the Kingdom Come, this is the collected, all issues, I suppose, comic, written by Mark Waid with art by Alex Ross. Yeah, I mean, it's that, if you've ever seen art that looks like this and you didn't know who did it, it's Alex Ross. He does these very realistic looking paintings of superheroes. I mean, this is a pretty famous image here. So if you've
ever seen this, like I said, and want to know who it was or where it came from, it's Alex Ross, and it's from Mark Waid's Kingdom Come. So I'm very excited to read this. Hopefully it's good. He said it was good, so Mark Waid better not be a liar. Another kind of free one, but not really. We went to a panel for... what did we want to see? There was something I wanted to see. Oh, it was the worst cartoons ever. That's the panel I wanted to see. But in order to get to that, you sit through, one or two panels before. One was for this comic book company called Keen Spot, and they did they do comics. And they had a giveaway for who they wanted to know who the youngest person in the audience was, and it happened to be my daughter Enid, who was only 10 years old. So she got this Winnie the Pooh comic, Pooh Bear Adventures. Of course, Winnie the Pooh is in the public domain, so anybody can make content about Winnie the Pooh now. You can't put him in the red T-shirt. That's Disney's version of Winnie the Pooh, and they own it. If you ever put Winnie the Pooh in a red T-shirt, they will sue you to Kingdom Come. So this Winnie the Pooh wears blue jeans. Anyways, she got that for free, so very cool. Again, I told you I was on a Star Trek kick, so I got this Star Trek The Next Generation comic from the 90s. This is issue number 9. I have issue number 10, and I loved it, and I wanted to know what happened to set up what happened in issue 10, so I found this. I looked for issue 11 because it was a to be continued. It's like I don't know how long the arc is, but I wanted to continue it. Nobody had issue 11, so until I find it, I'm not going to know what happens to the crew. So if you have issue 11, just let me know. Hit me up. Fantagraphics, they're one of my favorite companies that make comics. They work with a lot of cool independent comic creators. Robert Crumb, one of the biggest, most influential independent comic creators of all time, did Fritz the Cat, Mr. Natural, the Keep On Truckin' image. You've seen it. He was big in the 60s and 70s, and I think this is fairly new. I don't know what. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, yeah, 2025. So it came out last year. Haven't read it yet. I just bought this because it's a new Crumb, and you think I'm crazy? Of course I'm not going to pass up a new Robert Crumb. Get real. And then also from Fantagraphics, I got the latest issue of Love and Rockets from the Hernandez brothers. They were there apparently and doing signings, but I think I missed it. I didn't get them to sign this, but it's Love and Rockets. If you've ever read Love and Rockets, I would highly recommend it. It's the story of a bunch of friends and sisters. They're all Hispanic, and it's just their lives. When this came out in the 80s and 90s, the girls were very punk rock. So there's just goes back to my whole kind of love of punk music, and this comic kind of celebrates that. It's like some wrestling stuff and all Hispanic Mexican culture. You can find a whole bunch of references in Love and Rockets. It's a great comic, highly recommended. And then finally, the last thing that I got. This is the last thing I bought at the convention. I told you earlier that I went to 2000 AD's booth. I knew some people there, had some friends, said hello. Duncan Jones, the director Duncan Jones, he did Warcraft. He did, what's that movie with Jake Gyllenhaal, where he keeps reliving the same moments over again? Time Code, Source Code. I can't remember what it's called. Great movie. Obviously, I can remember the name. I promise you it's great. Oh, he also did Moon with Sam Rockwell. All good stuff. Anyway, he's making a Rogue Trooper film. It's based on a 2000 AD comic. So I was like, I want to get into Rogue Trooper. I want to know what it's about before I go see this movie. My buddy Steve makes a great site called Shelf Dust. I've written for it. I will be writing for it again in the future. Keep an eye out for that. I asked him, what Rogue Trooper should I read to kind of get familiar? I want, they had these omnibuses there. They were all out of volume 1. He's like, don't worry about it. You don't need to read those. Read Ghost Patrol. He said this one should kind of catch me up on everything, fills in the blanks, and should get me ready for the film. So I am excited to read Rogue Trooper Ghost Patrol. Did I say Ghost Patrol? Anyway, this looks great. There's also a video game out by the company Rebellion. They do the Sniper Elite series. Haven't played the game. I might have to check that out as well if I like the comic. then maybe I'll check out the game as well. So that's it. This is the last thing I bought. So heck yeah, excited to have that. Ooh, boy, that's a lot of talking. Let me get some coffee to moisten my vocal cords. Okay. Hey, what a great haul. What a great Comic-Con. Always a good time at Comic-Con. Was it the best Comic-Con of all time? I don't think so. There was a very weird vibe at Comic-Con this year. Wednesday, a lot of really aggressive, aggro people on the floor pushing their way around to get to the exclusives. The show floor itself, it felt a little sparse, but also at the same time packed. Like, it's weird. I know that's kind of an oxymoron. It was both busy and not busy, but it was heavily concentrated in certain areas, and then other areas there was just nobody. And I guess that's kind of how it is every year, but this year just felt different. It didn't feel like there was a lot of joy and excitement on the floor. And I don't know why. I don't know if people are just still hurting from the bad economy we're in right now. I don't know if people are disillusioned by AI. Like I said, there were multiple booths there that had art that looked very... I mean, it was like, if it's not AI, then that person made art that looks just like AI. It was weird. It was a weird Comic-Con. I saw some great panels, but nothing mind-blowing. I saw Air Bud on Sunday. That was weird. And Rick Moranis, I saw him on Thursday. So great to see two of the finest actors of our generation come out of retirement to promote new films. So anyway, I think that's it. Well, that is it for my Comic-Con haul. If I do this other thing, then we'll go on to that. If not, then I'll just come back and say goodbye. So let's see what happens. Well, this is the big extra thing I wanted to do. Just come down here and see what it looks like when it's over. Still got some Comic-Con stuff up. It's going to probably take them a couple days to get all this off. But yeah, just yesterday there were thousands and thousands of people here. Now it's empty. Streets are back open like nothing happened. Wolverine wrap is half gone. The Yaga wrap is still up, but Walking Dead's gone. Percy Jackson experience, most of it is gone. They've still got some of the structure up, but I'm sure that'll all be gone by the end of today. The Avengers Doomsday sign on the gas lamp arch here, that's gone too. The columns are still up, but the whole thing covering the arch, totally gone. They are quick to tear down. Yeah, it's got to be a lot easier to tear it down than to set it up, you know. When you set it up, you got to make sure it's nice and neat, and you know the vinyls especially take a long time to kind of flatten out and make sure they look good. When it's time to take it down, you just rip it down. Seriously doubt they'll use any of this again. Well, that's it. Comic-Con is over. Downtown San Diego, going back to normal. Well, Vampire Lestat, I appreciate you coming and hanging out on the Pendry Hotel, but it is time for you to leave. In fact, this side, already totally gone. We just have the middle and the right side of the building here. I'm still not going to watch your show, but I appreciate you hanging out. Well, thank you for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you liked the stuff I picked up at Comic-Con. Like I said, I spent way too much money, and I don't know, like looking back on it, it feels like I didn't get a lot, but I also spent a bunch of money on Enid as well. I didn't show you all the things I got her. Yeah, she's right there. She definitely got her fill of merchandise as well. So anyway, that's gonna do it for today's video. I do a daily vlog, so I hope you'll come back tomorrow, see what else I get up to. And yeah, this is a wrap on Comic-Con. No more Comic-Con content on this channel until next year. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye.
Who's that?